ETFs are one of the smartest and most powerful tools for building wealth over time. But why? Because instead of betting on just one stock, you get instant diversification across many companies that lowers your risk and boosts your chances of steady growth. And here is the best part. They come with very low cost, making them one of the most efficient ways to invest. What makes ETF even more exciting is that you can use them to tap into world's biggest companies, innovative industries, and even entire markets, all in a single investment. So whether your goal is a long-term retirement savings or building a portfolio that grows steadily year after year, ETFs can help you get there. So in today's video, I'll break down 5 of the best of the ETFs to grow your wealth significantly. We will go deep into each one, covering their strategy, expense ratio, top holdings, past performance, and even their future potential. So by the end of this video, you will understand exactly why these ETFs are such powerful tools for investors like you. So let's jump in and start with the first one. Let's start with VOO, Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, which tracks the 500 largest US companies. It's like owning a slice of entire American economy. Its expense ratio is just 0.03%, meaning you pay almost nothing to hold some of the world's most dominant companies. You pay only $3 for every $10,000 invested. VOO pays a small dividend yield of around 1.17%, meaning you earn roughly $7 per share over the past year. So now let's talk about its holdings. Its top names include Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, Tesla, and many more companies. The top 10 holdings make almost 38% of the fund. So that's your exposure across technology, healthcare, finance, and other sectors. So why do VOO holdings matter? Because VOO gives you hands-up exposure to America's biggest and most resilient companies without making the guesswork of picking stocks. Now let's review its performance. Over the past year, VOO has returned almost 18%. The last 3-year return is almost 63%, and 5-year return is almost 104%. VOO has also become the largest ETF in the world, surpassing SPY, thanks to its ultra-low fees and massive popularity. It now manages almost $1.33 trillion in assets. For the future outlook, as sectors like AI, cloud computing, healthcare innovation, and consumer tech continue to grow, VOO gives you broad exposure to benefit from those mega trends with stability, low cost, and long-term compounding. So VOO means ultra low cost, solid dividend, top tier holdings, great historical returns, and massive stability. It's a timeless core holdings for almost any long-term portfolio. Next up is QQQM, the Invesco NASDAQ 100 ETF. This fund tracks the 100 largest non-financial companies listed on the NASDAQ, which means heavy exposure to technology and growth leaders. QQQM is also called the cheaper twin of QQQ. It has same stocks, same performance, but with a lower expense ratio of 0.15% compared to 0.20% for QQQ. That small difference compounds a lot over the years. The top holdings are basically who is who of the innovation: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Meta, Tesla, and Alphabet. Together, the top 10 stocks make up over 50% of the fund. So why do QQQM holdings matter here? Because QQQM gives you immediate access to technology, cloud, e-commerce, semiconductors, and AI, the very industry is driving the next decades of growth and innovation. Looking at performance, QQQM has delivered almost 21% in the last year, around 85% in the last 3 years, and it's consistently beaten the S&P 500 over the long run. So how about its future potential? As AI adoption grows, cloud infrastructure expands, and semiconductors remain the backbone of every digital, QQQM is positioned to capture those massive trends. So QQQM is for investors who want growth and innovation, with a slightly cheaper and more efficient wrapper than QQQ. Now let's move to the next ETF, which is VTI, Vanguard's Total Stock Market ETF. This is one of the broadest funds in existence. It covers the entire US stock market, from mega caps like Apple to small cap companies you have never heard of. The expense ratio is just 0.03%, making it ultra cheap for the diversifications you are getting. So for every $10,000 invested, you pay only $3 as fees. Its top holdings are similar to VOO, like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Alphabet. But the difference is that VTI also includes mid caps and small caps, giving you more than 3,700 stocks in total. That's why holdings matter here, because with VTI, you don't just own America giants, you also capture the growth of smaller, emerging companies that could be the next big winners. In terms of VTI's performance, VTI has returned about 17% in the past year, 60% in the last 3 years, and almost 99% in the last 5 years, and historically matched the overall US market return very closely. So how about its future potential? The US economy is still the global leader driven by technology, finance, healthcare, and energy. So VTI gives you exposure to all of it in just one single fund. So if you want maximum diversification with minimum effort, VTI is the ultimate one-stop solution. Next is SCHG, Schwab's US Large Cap Growth ETF. This one focuses specifically on growth stocks among large US companies. So think of it as a blend between VOO and QQQM. The expense ratio is only 0.04%, making it one of the cheapest growth ETFs on the market. Its top holdings again leaning towards tech heavy. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon have major holdings in this fund. But SCHG also includes other growth names outside technology like Home Depot, Eli Lilly, and Visa. The top 10 holdings are almost 60% of the fund. Performance-wise, SCHG returned over 21% in the last year, 89% in the last 3 years, and 116% in the last 5 years, which is solid for a low-cost growth ETF. So why do holdings of SCHG matter here? Because SCHG balances technology with other fast-growing industry. It just doesn't rely only on the top 5 mega caps. So how about its future potential? As the US economy keeps innovating in healthcare, finance, AI, and e-commerce, SCHG offers long-term compounding at a very low cost. So SCHG is perfect for investors who want growth exposure, but with slightly more balance than pure tech funds like QQQM. And finally, let's talk about VGT, Vanguard's Information Technology ETF. This is a sector ETF focusing only on technology companies. The expense ratio for VGT is only 0.10%, very cheap compared to most sector ETFs. The top holdings, it's basically a tech hall of fame. Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Broadcom, Adobe, and many others. Together, the top 10 holdings make up nearly 60% of the fund. That concentration of technology is why the holdings matter here. If you believe in the future of tech, AI, chips, and software, VGT is pure exposure to that sector. Also, its performance has been outstanding. VGT has returned 22% in the past year, around 91% in the last 3 years, and 129% in the last 5 years. Its future potential, tech is not just a sector anymore. It's the backbone of every industry, from healthcare to finance to manufacturing. With AI and cloud exploding, VGT could continue to dominate in the future as well. So VGT is for investors who want pure tech exposure, with all the upside and volatility that comes with it. So to wrap it up, VOO gives you broad US stability, the backbone of long-term investing. QQQM packs in the NASDAQ 100, a tech-heavy growth engine that has powered markets for decades. And VTI, that's the entire US stock market in one fund. Small caps, mid caps, large caps, and everything. SCHG keeps it simple, low cost, large cap growth, a smart play for patient investors. And then there is VGT, Vanguard's Tech ETF. If you believe in the future of AI, cloud, and digital innovation, this is the one to ride. But now here is the bigger picture. These ETFs gives you diversification, they deliver proven historical returns, and most importantly, they position you for the biggest growth trends of the future. So if your goal is to build serious wealth over time, these 5 ETFs are one of the best tools you can have in your portfolio. That's all for today's video. This video is made for informational purposes only. Do not take this as investment advice. But if you found the content helpful, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.